In this video, traders, we're going to look at remaining calm when something unusual happens. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Right, so I thought I wanted to do this video quickly for you guys because this might help you out. I want to share kind of a little story that recently happened to me. Listen, when you're trading, then things are going to happen that are unexpected. It's all very well that I can stand here and you can write on there and go, these are my rules, this is what I'm going to do, this I'm going to execute, and this is exactly what's going to happen. But we know that things happen. Mistakes happen in all areas of life and business. Data breaches happen with the biggest companies ever. They try and do what they can, but still mistakes happen. Airplane crashes, car crashes. There are mistakes that happen. So we can't expect to be completely flawless and not make mistakes. We can try to minimize them, but it's natural. It's going to happen. We have to accept it. And if you're long-term subscribing, but I appreciate if you are, you'll know that I've said, hey, listen, we're not trying to get rid of mistakes and trade like a robot. We are humans. We will make some mistakes. But the important thing is to minimize them and then to make sure they don't cascade into a bigger catastrophic error. You know, just like, if there's something problem as a pilot, all of a sudden there's an engine goes down, how he remains calm and how she deals with the next 20, 30, 40 minutes is the issue. It makes a difference between landing safely an alternative airport or panicking and just diving into a cliff for extreme kind of analogy there. But you get the point. So back to this. So unusual happens. Let me give you a story. So I'm in a trade. And for whatever reason, the market's quite fast. And I had my analysis. I'm not going to bore you with kind of what I'm looking for, but I'm basically trying to go long. I'm looking to go long and I feel like it's a good level. So anyway, I take my long position. I've got some orders staggered in and I get filled on this position. And ultimately, I have some resting orders lower. The market goes down, doesn't quite hit them and pops back up. And bearing in mind, this is quite a quick market at the moment. So now I'm working more orders just under that market. So visualize it better. Market's come down, done this, market's been there. I'm bidding kind of here. I've already got some long positions here. Market then starts to do this. I then go and try and bid some more orders here just under the market to try and get that little retracement. And my thesis is to come up to that sort of level. And actually what happens is we suddenly just get a spit out of nowhere that just like rips through there. And I'm long here. And there's a couple of things that have happened. Number one is, at this point, I haven't yet put a stop in. Is that my fault? Yes, it is. I probably should have put my stop in. 99 times out of 100, I'd have had that in there straight away. But for whatever reason, I was working this bid, and the stop was reasonable. It wasn't a tight stop. It was a reasonable way away. I gave myself some room on this trade, because I'm looking for a kind of 200-point move on this. But, the market just spat through. And I'm in now a position where I know I'm offside, but I don't know how much. I don't know where we are. I'm kind of looking at this going, where's the market? What's the position? I know I don't want to be in this anymore. But the main thing is as well, I don't know what my position is. Because I'd been working these orders and I hadn't had chance to cancel these lower bids, the market's ripped through. It's filled me on all of this. I know I've got everything filled, but I don't know whether what I've been filled on this, that, the other. So it sounds like when you're thinking about it, well, surely but in the heat of it, these things can happen, guys. These unusual events can happen and we can't change them. It's how we deal with it. Now, if you wind back kind of 10 years ago, I would probably have doubled up or, just gone, oh, I'll get the money back and looked at my P&L and gone, oh, that's ridiculous, and done the complete wrong thing, which is doubling up or holding a trade. But I know these things happen from time to time. I need to go into protection mode. I know I don't want the trade. First thing you need to find out is how much have I got? What is my size? Look at my size, go, okay, not ideal, but it is what it is. Right, now I need to look at the market. And I know I don't want this, but I don't want to just vomit the thing out, okay? I know that I need to give myself, very quickly, I can't be sitting there for, hours looking at it because this thing could just be falling through the floor and just make it into a completely horrible day. But I need to give myself some time to make an assessment. If you're day trading, that may be 10 seconds, 20 seconds. If you're swing trading and let's say something's gapped down on you overnight, you've held long, you can give yourself time to consider what to do and not react to it. So I look at it and I go, right, I don't want it. This is not the trade I want. My thesis is still probably valid, but this is short-term heavy. I want to wait and see and revisit this after it's cycled higher, lower, etc. So long story short, guys, I was decided to work an offer a little bit higher. I felt this was stretched short term. I still felt it had longer to go, and it could have gone a lot lower, and I didn't want to take this and hold the trade. Plus it was way past my risk tolerance, so I wanted out anyway. I didn't want to take any more risk on the trade, because even if I had held the trade and thought, oh well, I'll give it double risk this time, I'm going to feel more sensitive to the trade, because not only am I more size that I really would like, but I'm going to be more sensitive to the movement, and I'm going to really feel that I really don't want it here, and I'm not going to be, you know, willing to kind of sit through noise and stuff here. I'm going to be wishing it to go straight back up. So in that case, you just don't want it. So anyway, analysed it, thought to myself, okay, I'll work an offer a little bit higher, see if we can get a bit of a pop, and I'll get out of it. And we did actually get a little bit of a pop, and it was a 40 pip pop, which was nice because I managed to get out of the position, dumped it. Yes, it wasn't a nice loss to take. I was in the size I didn't want to be in. I was in a trade I didn't want to be in. I took more than I would have done, a loss I would have done normally. But a kind of a selection of circumstances had hit me, and I had to do something about it and manage the position somehow. So this isn't really to say, oh, you know, this is how you should deal with it, always deal with this, because that's not always going to be the case. But the point is I think that you've got to separate the issues you've got. The first issue is, well, for me was, well, what position have I got? Where's the position? Right. Okay, that's not great. What's the market doing? Review it. Do you need to just dump it now, or is it stretched enough and you think you can work an offer? Now listen, guys, if I'd have worked an offer here and would have kind of stagnated and done this and looked really, really weak, I'd have just hit that bid and got out. I'd have just taken the medicine and moved on. But that was just a short-term read. Now later on, this is the key thing as well, guys, is fortunately, you know, that's a loss, and not a loss I wanted to take, but it is what it is. It's not going to kill me. Later on, having the clarity of mind and gotten rid of that, a setup came that was much better, back in line with the stuff, took it, and it turned out to be a nice trade. It ended up actually a positive day. But if I'd have done the wrong thing here, or I'd have really kind of gone into stuff and panicked and done the wrong thing, that could have really been a catastrophe. And hands up, guys, days like that before have happened to me, where they've turned into horrible days, where I've literally traded like this. I've done exactly the wrong thing. I've taken on even more size. I've tried to do this, I've tried to do that, and it's been a day that's just kind of ground, lower and lower, and it ends up being a really bad day. And guys, you may have been there too. You may have been in a situation where something happens, unusual maybe, or catches you off guard, you make an error, and then you end up doing something worse and worse and worse and worse, and you dig yourself a big hole. So listen, guys, summary of this is, errors happen. They're always going to happen. Mistakes happen. They're always going to happen. You know, as I talked about, this is probably uploaded already. If it's not, it's going to be, so make sure you're subscribed. But Paul Tudor Jones, he went through a drawdown. You know, obviously one of the top traders of our time. He went through a drawdown. He had to seek help. So he was making mistakes too. So it's always going to be there. You're never going to eliminate them. But I think it's trying to get better at dealing with them. And I'm definitely going to analyze this as well, even more after sharing this with you, and see what I could have done better. How could I stop that happening again? Can I be a little bit more active with managing the risk? Can I make sure that, you know, I cancel orders before I put in extra little things, just to make sure this doesn't turn out to be, you know, something horrible again in the future. Anyway, guys, hope that's helped. If it has, thumbs up appreciated. Comments on this one as well, also appreciated. Have you been in a situation like this? How do you deal with it, etc.? Right, take care. Bye-bye.